A tribute to the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by 5th grade.
January 15th, 1929, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born. Unfairness held grasp on the world, putting people apart, separating them with rules and laws and violence. And out of the darkness, a movement appeared, pushing for freedom, equality, and fairness, for all to be treated like the same, like the people they were. And out of that movement, a man was born, a man who led the movement to be free, a man of freedom, a man of peace, fighting for equality, fairness for all. That man lived with a hope shared by all, the hope that the curtain of unfairness would be lifted and the light of equality would fill the world. Through peaceful marches, sit-ins, and protests, this man expressed that hope and pushes for it to live. Over and over, the people rebelled, fighting for freedom, only to be thrown down once again. The violence still remained in the heads of those who wanted that darkness. It was violence that beat them down, and violence that kept all people apart, and violence that worried that man, and violence that brought his end. They kept his spirit alive, his push and his drive. They kept on going, and still today, his spirit lives on.
My are married.
If I could help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. If I could help somebody as I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain.
December 5th, 1955. Rosa Parks is arrested. Montgomery bus boycott begins.
If you miss me at the back of the bus, you can't find me nowhere. Oh, come on over to the front of the bus. I'll be riding up there. I'll be riding up there. I'll be riding up there. Oh, come on over to the front of the bus. I'll be riding up there. If you miss me at the Mississippi River, you can't find me nowhere. Oh, come on over to the swimming pool. I'll be swimming right there. I'll be swimming right there. I'll be swimming right there. Oh, come on over to the swimming pool. I'll be swimming right there. If you miss me at the cotton fields, you can't find me nowhere. Oh, come on over to the courthouse. I'll be voting right there. I'll be voting right there. I'll be voting right there. Oh, come on over to the courthouse. I'll be voting right there.
August 28th, 1963. March on Washington happens. Dr. King gives his most famous speech, I Have a Dream.
I'm happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation.
50 years ago, a great American signed the Emancipation Proclamation. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of the Negro's captivity.
But the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination.
So we have come here today to dramatize a shameful condition.
It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. 1963 is not an end but a beginning.
Those who hope the Negro need to blow off steam will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual.
The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges.
There is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred.
We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plains of dignity and discipline. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all life.
They have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. Do not walk alone.
I say to you today, my friends, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. This is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together.
This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with a new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing, from every mountainside let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must be true. This must come true. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountain. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped mountains of Colorado. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia.
Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside let freedom ring. And when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Oh, sorry.
I have a dream by Aaron Nagel. I have a dream that the world will be at peace, that those at war will try to find non-violent ways to solve their problems, that the government will not let the world be torn apart by guns and bloodshed. I have a dream that one day all seeds of segregation will be thrown off, all people will be kind, and we will right the wrongs of the past. I have a dream that sometime people will work together to make the world a better place, that generations after us will know a better home to live in. I have a dream that people will not let lies consume them, that we will try to tell the truth even when we have done the wrong thing. For telling the truth is a hard thing to do. I have a dream that people will try to have hope even when things are down and everyone gloomy, that they know that the sun will rise tomorrow, and tomorrow can and will be better if we choose to change it. I have a dream that people will learn from their mistakes, that they will try to change the present and stop living in the past, that they will look past the mistakes of yesterday and towards the new dawn. I have a dream that everyone will grow up knowing they are loved and that the world we have is worth the harder times. I have a dream that we will not judge people by the color of their skin or the flaws on the outside, but by their unique qualities and the person inside of them. I have a dream that as long as we have hope and joy, that we will try to prosper. I have a dream that everyone will strive for a better future, a better world, and to be a better person, for none are perfect.
December 10, 1964. Dr. King receives the Nobel Peace Prize.
is now there, and times will change, and it will be fair, unlike they will hold. The Jim Crow laws, they will go down, and burn from freedom. Well, you're still awesome, MLK. Well, you're MLK. Well, he went to Morehouse College in the state where he was born. There were many bells in that one college zone. He studied at college for a few short years in the beginning of his life. Went to be a doctor or a lawyer or something along those lines. Then times will change and it will be fair, unlike they were false. Then Jim Crow laws, they will go down and burn from freedom. Well, you're still awesome, MLK. Well, you're still awesome, MLK. Oh, you're still awesome, MLK. Oh, you're still awesome, MLK. MLK Jr. Well, he graduated college and started to get on with his life. Realized that being a lawyer just ain't right. He became the leader of civil rights. Now remembering him must continue the fight. The maps will change and it will be fair, unlike they will come. Then Jim Crow laws, they will go down and burn from freedom. Well, you're still awesome, MLK. 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 MLK Jr.
August 6, 1965. After a long struggle, Congress passes the Voters' Rights Bill.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh,
1968, Dr. King is assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee.
If you will fight, then we will know what life is like in the space of everyone. If you will fight, eyes on the prize, we will be free and our children will rise right to the sky. I have a dream, have a dream, black and white, will hold hands, they'll hold hands. As with all the marches I have led, will you stand by me? If you will fight, then we will know what life is like in the space of everyone. If you will fight, eyes on the prize, we will be free and our children will rise right to the sky. Yeah, we will fight, we will fight, we will fight to be free, to be free, to be free. Will you march beside me to be free?
This song is called Freedom by Sophie
And Lulu.
get what we need. Ride the buses safe for me. Thanks to the legendary rolls above. They will not have power over me. They will finally see that we are equal. I wanna be free. Get me out of this jail. Get me out of this jail. Locked up in chains, torn and beat, lost and below, nowhere to come home. I wanna be free. I wanna be free.
November 3rd, 1983. Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday is made a national holiday.
The Man That Dared to Dream by Katja van den Berg. Every January we come to sing in celebration of Martin Luther King. For he knew that black and white were only different in the sight. So he knew that on the inside, if you looked at everything people had to hide, we are all the same, no matter the color, no matter the name. He knew he had a role, so he set his goal, but his ways would always be peaceful. He would use his words of inspiration to unite the black and white of the nation. People said he couldn't, people said he shouldn't, but would he waver? No, he wouldn't. He had a dream he chose to pursue, and unlike many others, he made it come true. And there were many rocks in the road, but that's just where his true colors really showed. He was persecuted for his words of wisdom, but he knew better things were yet to come. And what he did was very brave, but what's more impressive is what he gave. And in the end, his dream came true. He did unite black and white. Martin Luther King was a great man. He stood and fight while others ran.
Excuse me, guys. Squeeze me.
Boys and girls, the first thing that I want to say to you is I have never seen a more fabulous audience. And the other thing I want you to know, that all of these wonderful words and all this beautiful writing that you've heard, it is the children. Take us a second to, yeah. Let me tell you a little bit about how this came to be while Mr. Lloyd sets up the song that we're going to do. We found this song that came from a school called Tussing Elementary. I have no idea where Tussing Elementary is. But I don't think that matters. The words are wonderful. I hope that some of you were able to learn the song in your classroom so you can sing with us. If not, they're on the board, you can just read them. Okay? And then we will close with our world drummers singing We Shall Overcome once again. Thank you. Thank you for being such a beautiful audience.
Equality for all. And
Well, thank you for coming to our program. And the only thing we ask, please be good to one another. Thank you.
Take a bow, everyone.